just got done making you some yummy, tasty croissants. Look at that. Nice, yummy, tasty. I'll show you how to make these step by step. Let's get cooking. Let's start with 300 milliliters of milk at 105 degrees to 115. Anything higher than that, we're going to kill our yeast. So let's pour that in there. Speaking of our yeast, let's go ahead and use a whole pack of yeast because I want this to completely rise quickly. Now I'm going to gently let it mix and let this froth up for 10 minutes. Let's put in a half a cup of sugar in there, or 3 milliliters of water in there. Now let's crack 1 egg before we whisk this together. Now let's whisk this together, breaking the yolk to get ready for our flour. Let's go ahead and sift our flour because we don't want any lumps, and I'm using bread flour because it has sift all of that in there. Make sure you don't have any clumps in there. Let's mix that all together in there with my spatula, and then I'm going to knead it once we get it all consistently in there. Keep folding that with my spatula. Beautiful. Sure there's no flour in there. Let's put down some flour onto the countertop so we can knead our dough. So now we have that prepped. Now that we have that prepped, let's go ahead and take out our dough so we can knead it. Take that out of our pan, our glass bowl here. We're gonna knead it, and I've already put my gloves on. Let's go ahead and knead this. Keep adding in our flour. So we can get it much more stiffer. We're gonna roll that into the flour. Stiffen that up just a little bit. Now it's gonna want to stick to your hands because it's still a little bit wet. We're gonna knead this so that we're able to roll out our croissants. Go and roll that in that flour. Now keep stiffening up. Keep kneading that onto our table. Just want to work that in and add in flour as you need. So if you need a little more extra flour just to stiffen it up just a little bit, keep doing that. I'm gonna do this for about 15 minutes or so, just to get the glutens and everything to marry together, and then we're gonna let it rise for 1 hour. Then we'll cut them up into about 6 to 8 little rolls. We're gonna roll them out, put butter on each layer. That's how we're gonna do it instead of doing the other way. This is the easier way for you. 1 hour later, we have our dough back. So I'm going to tear this off, and you can see it wants to stick because it has grown or puffed up to double or 3 times the size. So let's punch it, let some of that air out of it. Let's get out our dough. Take a while to get this out of here. Let's pull out our dough out of our bowl, sorry, not pan. Still sticky in there, which is a good thing. Now as we do this, we're gonna knead it a little bit more, and then we're gonna cut it up into pieces to roll out flat to put on our butter. So let's bring over some of our all-purpose flour to put down on our countertop. Just a little of it, so when we roll our dough, we have coverage underneath there so it does not stick, because it wants to stick. So let's start rolling, kneading it again. As you can tell, you'll feel like it's airy, ball-like, and that's what we want to be able to cut up our pieces. Now we have to let this rise one more time. Once we roll these out and flatten them, it needs to rise one more time. So I'm going to knead this a little bit more, and then I'm going to start cutting these into pieces. Let's start cutting up my dough into smaller parts. You can also use your bench scraper for this. Spin that around and let's cut some even pieces. So I tell you, it needs 8 to 6 of those, 6 to 8 of those pieces cut evenly. And then we'll flatten these out, drop on that other layer, pull it out, just like you're doing a pizza. We are using a pizza pan, of course, done pizzas. So let's go ahead and butter this up. Get that butter on there, onto the edges, because we don't want those hard edges. We want nice soft edges. Each layer at a time, make sure every part of it, as much as you can, is touched by it. Just keep stacking those layers, because that's what's going to make it soft and buttery. Now that all my layers are done, let's go ahead and saran wrap this so we can let this rest for 1 hour. So I'm going to put that underneath there. I'm going to pull it from below, pull out more of our paper here, and wrap it under. When we have enough, then cut it. Now let's put this for 1 hour in a warm spot and let it rise, roll it out, and then we'll come back to be able to start cutting out our croissants. Our dough is ready. Let's go ahead and take off our saran wrap off of it. Of course, it's going to want to stick to it. Get that out of there. We're going to roll this out. Take that off. And our butter and everything is doing well. Let's put down some flour so that it does not stick, because we want to roll this out nice and flat. Move it back just a little bit, get our flour down, turn it over, put everything down. Of course, it's not going to want to stick, but that's how we want it. Now we're going to roll this out nice and flat. Let's roll it out, and if it's sticking, let's roll that back. We'll make sure we add in enough flour underneath there that it does not completely sticks. We want to be able to take it back up after we roll it nice and flat. Let's roll that back. Take that pin and roll that down. Roll our pin very, very thin on this. Want to make sure this is thinning out. Move my flour over. Keep rolling it thin. That's what we want. Nice triangular shapes. That's what we're trying to do. We want this to be nice and flat. Taking this completely all the way out. Now some of the butter is going to want to scoot out, but that's okay. Make sure she's nice and flat. Let's go ahead and roll this up. Fold it over one more time. Bring it over so we're able to roll it out again. I'll bring this up. That doesn't want to do what you want to do, but you got to make it do it. Now let's take our rolling pin and roll this down. Thin it out one more time, and then we're going to start cutting out our croissants. Roll that out. Nice and thin for the first croissant. I'm going to clean up that edge right there for the first one, and then I'll just continue with my straight cuts. Free cutting. Croissants. These are going to be very, very yummy. Follow my triangular line. Go back down. Back up. It's a lot of fun. Go ahead and roll this up. Pull and roll. And it's doing like this because I have flour below it. Just go ahead and roll that up. And look how beautiful it's going to turn out. We're going to let these rise for 20 minutes. It's our croissant. We'll keep rolling. All the way up. So you see how the triangle is now symmetrical, and it's now giving us that little tail right there. Fix, we're gonna do all of these here on our parchment paper on our pan, and then we're gonna let them sit for 20 minutes, and then we're gonna put on our egg wash. Let's put on some parchment paper first. Just always, sometimes it doesn't want to rip the way you want it. So, hey, we'll let it go. Now let's go and put in on our croissants. Now we might need 2 pans because they're pretty good sized croissants. We want to give them enough space to grow and to do their thing, just like a kid. You need space. Move this over, add in another one, put that over there, grab another one here, put that in the spot. So like I said, we might have to add a few more pans. Put this one here. If you wanted to put in coconut, pre-cooked coconut, you could have put it in there. Nuts, anything like that. But like I said, we're gonna wait and let this sit, and then probably gonna roll these, do something with them, but that's all we need. We're gonna make sure these are, so let them sit for 25 minutes, and then we're gonna put on our egg wash. So let me get my egg wash ready. While we're waiting, let's go ahead and make our egg wash. I'm gonna crack 1 egg, and I'm gonna use some of my evaporated milk. I want something a little more thicker on there. I'm gonna use about a 1/4 cup and whisk that around. Nice and thick, and we're gonna paint this over our croissants. Add in more of our evaporated milk because we have, just remember, we have 2 pans, so we gotta make sure I have enough to be able to paint on those. Not that I'm gonna soak it, but just to make sure that I have enough. So we're gonna, that is perfect. And 25 minutes later, there are my croissants. Look how beautiful they turned out. So all we're gonna do is put on our paint on our egg wash on these. Let's go ahead and paint on my egg wash. So let's slide that over. Let's go ahead and paint those on there. I'm gonna raise this up. Just go ahead and paint each one of these individually with that, so that they are coated in all that goodness. Paint the rest of these. Make sure we got it coated really well. All right, I'm going to prep my oven at 350 for 25 minutes. While these are baking, we're gonna have the second batch for 25 minutes waiting, and then I'll ping those on the chocolate chip ones. It's gonna be one amazing set of croissants. While waiting on my first croissants to puff up for 25 minutes, what I'm doing here is I'm making some chocolate chip croissants, and then we're gonna take it and roll them up, roll that up with the chocolate chip in there. Let's roll up another one, close up the edges, roll that up, and then we'll just roll this out, and I'll put it into my pan. Let's get into the oven, 350. Let's grab our chocolate chip ones, which we did a second batch. We're gonna let those cook for 25 minutes. Just got these out of the oven. Now it's time for a taste test. We do have the chocolate ones over here, which turned out really well. The pan is still a little warm. So which one should I choose? Let's go over here first. Let's take those out. Just one out of the pan here. And as you can tell, they are flaky, ginormous. And I got some maple syrup here. Just a little bit. That's a drizzle. Now let's go ahead and cut this thing. Go and cut it. See what we're working with inside there. Ooh, look at the layers of that bad boy. And of course, you know, you get the first bite, I get the second. Tasty. Amazing. It's over here with the chocolate chip. Look at that. yummy, tasty chocolate chip in there. I'm gonna cut one end of it. Peek down in there for the chocolate. Got chocolate all the way down in there. Alright, don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out more other videos. I'll check you on the next one.